she's always wanting to learn more and ride better. So
a good student of the sport.
yes, for sure. Very strong rider.
Now down to the water, steps through there. I think they're okay.
Yes.
They've been together since September of last year.
You kind of have to stay patient to this last vertical and give your horse a second to jump it.
And he does exactly that.
Yes.
There we go. First
Two in
that
a row.
clears, 78.82. It is the first that clears there for the clear to go alongside that of Christian Hacker, Tony Stormans, and the young rider from Germany with Donjon alongside Christian Hacker and Cocaine de Riverland. Bailey, what do we think of Tony's round?
I think it was quite good. I mean, the water maybe could have gotten a little bit closer there. And I think everywhere else was quite good and rode it well.
So on the positive side, what do you see as his big, if you like, strengths?
I wouldn't like to point out one in particular, I don't think.
Give us
but
a couple.
I think he obviously rides in a different country, so I think having that other experience that a lot of riders here don't really get to experience, kind of different sides of the sport, is a good thing to have for him. And I think his parents are involved. That's always something to have in your corner. And
as you would know.
Yes.
Mia Bagnato on course right now, and Mia with the Elan Farms Ballier Skill Big Bucks, and trains with Jordan Collins, Stella Manship. Jordan actually winning Grand Prix yesterday, further up in Florida. 2 years that they've been together now. Young rider, Team Gold last year.
Yes, they know each other quite well at this point, and they've been good competitors together throughout the different championships.
Was on the US Young Rider team at the Youth Nations Cup final as well, after a silver at the Young Rider Championships.
It's a big horse. You have to really get him back for the verticals there. Had a strong jump at the water.
Looking good time-wise. Be just around, what, 78? There we go. 78.73, Mia Bagnato and Ballier Skill Big Bucks. 3 clears on the run. Bailey, what did we think of Mia's round?
I thought that was a very well-ridden round. It was very consistent, and everything kind of showed up. And I think she really rode well, especially here to the double verticals. I mean, she really had to get the horse back, and she did that, just that.
Excellent. So Mia Bagnato is in the lineup with alongside Tony Stormans and Christian Hacker as our 3 clears so far. And on to France. Nina Malavet, been winner in the early part of the season with Mike Clementine as well for the Rain family. This is Cartier SR, the Holsteiner, for the French rider that has, as they say, already been top 3 in the big Grand Prix here as well.
Another rider with a lot of experience.
Yeah. And again, as you say, it's getting that wide range of experience. She comes out here for the winter, heads over to Europe, and already, I mean, she's actually onto the...
Oh, she just lost her stirrup there.
Gets it back. She's actually onto the senior team for France next week as well.
Showed up nicely there. Getting the horse back in the 4.
Little look.
Studied it a little bit there.
Yeah. Looks like some blue coming up, so
yes,
that's going to be 4, yeah. Nina, who's back in the saddle very swiftly after a fall a few weeks ago. Has done very well, just on the 4.
It's a very nice round besides that.
Yeah, that's a shame. Just a foot in the water there at 78.47. It is just 4 there for Nina Malavet and Cartier SR. But I mean, she's a rider that's had experience this season through all the ranks, hasn't she?
Yes, she has.
A little bit of a look there.
She gave it still a strong ride. I mean.
Yeah. Fair play to them, gave them every opportunity. Just a little touch into the splash. So on the 4, Taylor Corley now, and the 17-year-old from here in Wellington. And Taylor, winner from a long list, including the medal Prix de States as well. Been very consistent throughout the U25s. And for her, I mean, you've competed alongside her a good few times now. What's she like?
Yes, she's a very fierce competitor. I mean, she's a little bit younger than me, but she's really kind of grown up the past few years, and you can see that in her riding. Also coming from parents in the sport,
yeah.
so.
Chris and Molly in the sport there. And so Taylor with Classical de Prix. Now looking to give us our 4th clear, the French-bred gelding. Also in from the Stonehenge stables of, say, alongside the help of Maximire Stacia Madden throughout her career.
I think she rode that well. She got very straight to it.
Now for the Maclay final winner.
She really got the horse back in the 4. He has a pretty big stride. A big jump at the water as well.
No trouble at the water, we were airborne
yeah.
there. But again, that's the test here, isn't it? That you don't get too much momentum and carry on too far.
The verticals are kind of set at a tight turn, a tight angle back almost. So if you had a really big jump and kind of got discombobulated, it could make the verticals very difficult. She did a very good job there.
Now Taylor just needs to keep coming time-wise. He's going to run a little bit close on time, but should be just about okay.
Yes.
There we go, 79.30. Like I said, it's going to get a little bit tighter.
Yes.
But gives us the 4th that clears Taylor Corley and Classical de Prix. What do you make of that?
It was very good. It's like an equitation round almost. She rode that very well. I think she should be very happy with that round. It was very well ridden and consistent everywhere.
Taylor Corley joining the list of those clears with Mia Bagnato, Tony Stormans and Christian Hacker so far of the clear rounds. Amy Gotchman, the 20-year-old, again, who's already done so much. Gotchman Sport Horses, Selena BH, top 3 into the 5-star Grand Prix earlier on this season. Upperville Grand Prix winner as well. Had such a terrific run with golds through juniors and young riders too. And the 15-year-old Selena BH here. You've been watching, obviously, her in action a lot. You're into a similar age group. What do you make of Mimi?
She's an amazing rider, and she gets to ride a lot of different horses, and I think she's got to experience a lot as well, and she kind of doesn't get nervous and rides, normally sticks to her plan and everything. I think she's very determined, and she always wants to win, and she goes out, so.
All good traits.
Yes.
Mimi and Selena still clear at the moment. A little bit of encouragement at the final steps to the water.
Yes.
But again, she kept that nicely balanced after the water, didn't she?
Yes, she did. The horse came back really nicely, and she answered that test well. She's looking good on time as well.
Yeah, time shouldn't be an issue for Mimi. Going to be potentially our 5th clear. There we go. Steps over the last, and at 77.20 give us clear round number 5 with Mimi Gotchman and Selena BH. She'll be a tough one to beat in that jump off. Yes,
the jump off is getting quite stacked, and I think it's going to be a good jump off to watch.
Let's have a look here through the triple combination. What did you think of this?
You can see how she kept the horse very straight and gave it kind of a good opportunity to jump all of A, B, and C of it. And I think she rode it very well.
Mimi Gotchman in the frame, taking us on now. I think actually going to move on to Sterling Malnick. And Sterling with the 18-year-old rider with Cap du Marais, French gelding by Canaan. From what you've seen so far, if you have found the key to this course, what are your thoughts?
I think it's kind of sticking to your plan throughout the whole thing, and kind of knowing your horse. And I've seen a couple rub two now at this point. I think it's a little bit kind of a jump some may take for granted. It's like a long run to 2, and I think they're trying to set their time. You just need to get the horse back a step there. But a few have rubbed that.
Ooh, it's bit of strong encouragement to the triple combination, but it worked.
Yes. I think she just took her leg off a little bit there and kind of lost her track, but she was able to get it back.
Whoop. Got there.
Yeah.
Just on the 4 at the moment for Sterling then. We're still very much in the prize money of the class so far. Just, again, just holding them up to that BrainJuice fence then. Setting up for the last.
She finished up nicely there.
Yeah, it was a much better finish, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it got a little bit discombobulated in the middle, but I think it finished up nicely and she was able to get it back.
And again, a little what we were talking about of keeping your head while that's happening.
Especially in these classes when maybe a 4-fault round will still keep you in ribbons.
So finish on a final time of 80.38, just putting them on. In fact, the time allowed was adjusted to 81, so that will keep them on the 4 there for Sterling Malnick and Cap du Moret. Page Matthias now, and Page with Call Me Back Ponton is the French-bred gelding by my Lord Cartago for the 23-year-old from Lake Leelanau in Michigan, and trains with the Ashland team of Ken and Emily Smith. And with the ride here that's been with her for some 3 years now. Former winner of Equitation Championships. Looking at Devon going back. And she's a big feature of the shows in Traverse City as well, which is local to them. Alongside grandparents Dudley and Barb Smith, who've been great supporters of the shows up there.
She had B down. I think she just kind of got a little bit closer than she would have liked to be. It's a little steady in 2 and maybe softened up a little bit too much.
It opens up well over the water, but again, you see, you just don't want to travel too far after that.
Yes. I think before this last line, it gives you a good moment to reset as you kind of go through the turn.
Just give you a little bit of breathing space.
Shorten the reins and kind of regroup.
So time-wise is going to be okay at 78.76, just on the 4 there for Paige Matthias and Call Me Back Ponton. So just into that triple combination. Let's have another look down here. What do you think, Bailey?
The horse gave a nice jump in, and I think it's a little bit quiet in 2, and I think she could have just got the balance up a little bit more. Kind of have to ride B before you ride C.
So from the point of view, it is the clears so far. 4 of those at the moment. Taylor Corley, Tony Stormans, Mia Bagnato, Mimi Gotchman and Christian Hacker. Clears to Neve McAvoy now. GBBS Internationals, BP Swift, the Irish-bred mare. And Neve Hotfoot after winning a Grand Prix in Sarasota yesterday. And so she heads in. She's also been competing through to some of the bigger classes here this week. Trains and works with Greg Broderick of Ireland. Confident run through the first few.
Yes, very.
Have you had a chance to see much of Neve this season?
I've seen her a lot on the live stream. I haven't been down here as much as I'd like, but it's definitely one to watch.
Get over the water. Now
Give a big jump.
Balanced run up to the double.
That nicely.
And she's been very good producing young horses through with Greg, in fact, through to they've had top finishes at the World Young Horse Championships in Lanarkon as well. Coming home. Time shouldn't be an issue either. There we go. Time-wise, looking good. Neve McAvoy on 78.33 and 6 clear. What do you think?
I think that was a good round. I think she really stuck to the plan and did everything and executed it well, and it all worked out.
All worked out.
Yes.
All looking good. Neve McAvoy looking at top form as well for the young Irish rider, for the 20-year-old. Still a chance for her to claim yet another class this weekend. Always a nice feeling. So much is about, and you'll have come off this as well, of coming in with confidence after you're having a good run.
Yes, I think definitely can help your riding. Can also distract you a little bit sometimes, maybe. But
what do you mean by that?
Like sometimes if you're like thinking like you're on your high horse, and sometimes it's an unpredictable sport, and
getting a little overconfident with it.
Yeah,
as well.
sometimes that can happen too. So
finding the balance.
Yes, for sure.
It is Ansgar Holchers Jr. now. The Good House's Kennedy Z for the rider who's also been a winner of Grand Prix here in Wellington last season. Had a really good start to the season here as well, here in South Florida. Trains with René Tebel. That was really nicely executed.
Yes, the horse jumped it well and then got him back nicely for the 4.
What are your thoughts if you're running a line like that?
For sure, you want to give the horse a chance to jump the triple bar and give them a good jump there, and then you want to kind of get the balance up for the 4. Sorry, but you have to ride the first jump first. You can't worry about the 4.
Keep it patient.
Yes. Looking good coming up this last line. Time looks good.
Another one with plenty of experience so far this season as well for Ansgar. And so we'll leave him also in the clear round list, and takes us to number 7 so far. Another well-ridden round.
Yes, I think so. I think the riders are starting to figure out the course more and more and figure out what they need to do.
And it's interesting, I mean, the likes of Neve McAvoy, Ansgar Holchers, those that we're seeing through this list, and several of them have, again, got that little bit wider experience globally too.
Yes, for sure.
He's got a few more miles. So let's take a look now. We were due to go to Elena Haas.
I think they skipped him over before.
Yeah, we're going to Jake Endicott, who was due to go a little bit earlier on. This is Alarmfeder's Game Over. It's the Dutch bred horse by Ukato for our next up. Again, not wasting any time through those first few, but actually that showed you how long it is from 1, 2, 3.
Yes, 1 to 2, especially as a long run to that vertical.
Oh no!
I think he got a little bit quiet to the vertical. And just needed to ride up a little bit more there.
Come back to it. Okay, no problem this time. Unfortunately, a second one comes into play, so I'm afraid that will be it for Jake Endicott this time around. 7 clears so far in this $50,000 BrainJuice U25 Series Final Grand Prix here this afternoon. 7 with Ansgar Holchers Jr., Neve McAvoy, Mimi Gotchman, Taylor Corley, Mia Bagnato, Tony Stormans, and Christian Hacker giving us the first. Elena Haas now, and Elena with Colibel Hero Z. mare by Comme Il Faut. Elena, who went very well through the U25 series before now, had a super run in Spruce Meadows last year too, the 21-year-old, who again has been moving it up a gear in the big classes. What do you make of Elena?
This whole season and kind of last year, she's been stepping up to the bigger FEI classes, and she's been doing it quite well. She has a good group of horses, and she's definitely riding very well.
Excellent. So, and trains with Dara Kenny, and Elena then, say, to build on that experience over the last 12 months too. And actually, probably the good thing with this series is, you know, there are a number of riders that will come in your age group. Yes. They're talking 20. You've got a few years to work with it, haven't you?
Yes, I mean, we see quite young riders from like 17 and that to all the way up to 25. And there's a lot of riders with kind of a lot of experience. So.
And it helps, I mean, you've been through this to get back in there each year.
Yes, for sure. I think the classes have a good format. They have like the team class, the night class. One's out in the field, you get the water. So it gives these riders a lot of good things that they wouldn't really see elsewhere.
Hugely beneficial. Elena Haas still on the clear at the moment.
Oh, she had that out of the 4.
Oh, she did.
Yes. Got a little bit quiet in the 4.
So Elena just on the 4 as she's again putting a good round together. Another big year on the cards for her, as you say. She's stepped up and done it very well.
Yes. She has a lot of experience now and it's showing.
Amazing what another 12 months makes.
Yes.
Just on the 4 there at 80.20, so just inside the time for Elena Haas and Colibel Hero Z. So they finish on 4. Takes us through, that's our 17th of the order of 29, all of this class. Finishing just on the 4 foot, so remaining at the 7. Former winner in here then with Francis Derwin, and the Oakland Trading in Sales ride for the 20-year-old is Mendoza VDL, Dutch bred horse by Harley. Another year on the clock for this very good Irish young rider. And again, Bailey, I mean, this year these U25s, as you say, you've been following along, along with studies and everything else that you're having to do. You know, they've got more and more competitive, I feel.
Yes, for sure. I mean, you get riders from all over the world, and they're a very strong group of riders with very strong horses.
But that's a good way to push you.
Yes, for sure. I think it gives you kind of get to experience a very strong competition, and the top 30 come back for this final and kind of gives you something to work towards all season long.
Good through the double so far.
Time's looking good too.
Yeah. Coming home for Francis Derwin to play a part in this once again.
Ooh.
And unfortunately going to see that last fence go.
First time the last fence dropped, I think.
Yeah, 76.03, so just putting him on the 4 there for Fran Derwin and Mendoza VDL. That's always a bit of a heartbreaker, isn't it, that last fence?
Yes, I think the last 2 jumps, kind of the Oxer, it looked a little bit quick, and then here made it rush it a little bit, and then
just saw them a little fraction away from that final vertical. And so 1 down for Francis Derwin this time, and Mendoza VDL. Tim Brennan, the 19-year-old rider from Ireland, Kilkenny in Ireland, trains with John Roach and Diadama de la Caixa. Team gold medal junior European championships. Previously he's been national champion at Dublin last year as well. It's won Grand Prix over in Ireland. Headed over here, won the semi-final. Sits second in the championship table at the moment. And that semi-final was another very competitive one.
Yes, it was. It was a I think the course designer put in a lot of new obstacles, and it really tested a lot of horses. And under the lights always poses another factor.
Timmy having a battle there. I think it was Tony Storman's
the second,
the fight. Yeah.
Got the horse nicely back there in the 4.
Steps over the water well, and again he was doing it in a bending line too.
Yes. You'd love to get straight to the water, so kind of you don't have to make it any wider.
But they came with real confidence there, wasn't he? He was really just coming on the curve, step over this, we've done this, no problem at all. Timmy Brennan with 1 fence away and challenging for the title, with Hallie Grimes at the top of that list still to come, and so he will go into the mix. Tim Brennan going clear as number 8. And Bailey, what did we think?
I think it was a good round. I don't know if you would have changed much, but
that's all. That's fine.
Yes. I thought it was well ridden.
What do you think of him as a rider from what you've seen?
This is the first season I think he's come down here, and I think it's been interesting to watch him the past few months with this horse especially. He's a pretty strong rider, and you saw that in the semi-final.
Good stuff. So Timmy Brennan in with a chance of the championship. Gives us the 8th clear of the list so far. Milan Morsinkov now of the Netherlands, the 18-year-old with VDL Quick Dargo, the Westphalian by Quickly de Priska. Still several of those coming up. That challenging for the title. Emily de Hoff is one of those. She comes up the next combination to go, and then Hallie Grimes a little later, who currently leads at the moment. Oh, just clips the NetJets fence.
The second time I think we've seen that jump come down. I think he just got a little bit flat to it. It's a long run over to it.
I was going to say, you've got a long run there, and the temptation is you just start getting stretched out, don't you?
It's a big ring, and it's sometimes hard to get them, especially after the long run to the vertical, and then you have the next short turn. So you put a little bit of bend into that 4.
Across the water for Milan to the double. So possibly slightly frustrating 4 so far. Good turn back here, and again knows that a good 4 faults is in the money still at the moment.
Yes. They finished up very nicely there.
Yeah. 75-28 finish on the 4 faults there for Milan Morsinkov and VDL Quick Thargo. Again, did well to just keep the head, keep the patience all the way around there.
Yes.
There's the fence they had down, like you say, just pulls it away behind in the end. Already getting into that. Interesting that they're already getting into that turn, aren't they? What's your thought on that?
When you walk the course, it kind of was quite close to the wall, so it kind of gave the horses something to look at as well. And you also want to be thinking about like a short turn back to that vertical. So kind of the long run, and then you gotta want to balance up and shorten.
Manu de Muse and the ride for Emily de Hoff and the sporty gain. Now Emily 21 from here in Wellington, trains with North Run, been with 3 years with this horse now. She's currently 3rd in the championship at the moment, behind that of Timmy Brennan and Hallie Grimes. Wins on Sunshine Tour last season.
These two really have a good partnership. And
give me a little bit of background to Emily. What's she like?
I've kind of seen her ride the past a long time, and she's at North Run, and she has a good group of horses, and I think she's a fierce competitor, and
she'll give this a go.
Yeah, she'll give it a go, and it's a quick horse, so it'd be interesting to see it in the jump off. She also has experience a little bit overseas as well.
Yeah. Yeah, went both to say success out in Spain as well on several of the big classes out there. North American Young Rider Championships Team Gold last year, back onto home ground up in Traverse City there. As a junior at SCAD. Again, you can see them just putting a little bend into land and be ready for that turn.
Yes. Get them back. She rode that well. Time's looking good.
Time's looking good. Emily looking for a high finish in the championship, but not high enough finish over the last fence, I'm afraid. 76.04 just leaves them on the one fence down on the 4 for Emily de Hoff and Manu Demuse. Again, a little bit of a heartbreaker at the finish.
For sure, yes.
That last fence we talked about there, again, you've got to keep it up for that because it comes round the corner at you on the right.
You kind of got to get over to it and then give your horse a second to jump it. Kind of also a little bit like the second jump. It's also hard because it's the last jump, so you're kind of wishing to get over it.
Can't get it finished before it's finished.
No, you cannot.
And remains at the 8 clears so far. Campbell Brown, and next the MMK Equestrian, and this is going to be Guillaume de Vray for the Frenchburg gelding by Talon for Campbell. 8 clears at the moment in this BrainJuice U25 series final. Moves up nicely. Good so far. Nice. And just a little bit of encouragement through on the way out there.
Yes. Horse came back nicely there after the triple bar.
Looking good to the water again, just keep a nice even pace to it, and again that they can come back easily.
Yes. Jump those well as.
Yeah. Looking good so far for Campbell Brown.
Time hasn't really caused an issue yet.
No. No, he's just left enough. Oscar Sober on our course design this week, just enough breathing space there. You've got to keep up to it.
Yes.
But it's achievable, isn't it?
Yes.
78.91 there for Campbell Brown and Guillaume de Vray, as they will give us the 9th clear on the list. What did we make of that round? It was pretty well.
I think it was pretty well ridden. I don't know if you would have changed a lot. I mean, it all worked out, but I think she should be very happy with that round.
Nice and balanced all the way through it.
Yes.
Good, looking good for Campbell Brown as they add to the clear list and take us that 22nd of 29 in our class here this afternoon, and it is to Lola Head now, and Lola with her own Chelene de Blondel. Looking to take us into double figures. Combination have been a partnership for a while now. She's through to Young Rider Championships last year, finishing individual 6th there.
She kind of had to ride up to the Hermes Oxer, and then towards the triples she got a little bit deep there, and then had the back rail of A, and then couldn't really make it over B.
Just decide what to carry on or not on the age at the moment for Lola. Yeah, I'm going to go and pop down a vertical and call it a day there for Lola Head and Chelene de Blondel. So holding at the 9 clears so far. Still Carly McCutcheon, Hallie Grimes, Maya Denise, Ariana Manel, Nicole Velasco, and Daniel Kerrin's left to come on the list so far. Still our series leader, Hallie Grimes, to come yet. So just possibly going to be a moment to our next heads on in. Who, Bailey, has impressed you so much so far? Who's been the one that you really sort of thought, that could be my winner?
I mean, the first round and the jump off are always very different, but I think there's a lot of strong riders in our jump off. And I think it'll be interesting to see. It's a nice jump off track, and there's definitely, I mean, everyone wants to win it, but I think there's a few that are more hungry than the others.
Go on, give me a name. Narrow me down some names. Who's impressed you?
I think Christian Hacker was impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think everything showed up perfectly, and I think he really stuck through the whole way.
Yeah.
And he also went early on and put the first clear down, so it's always a little bit of pressure. There's a lot of very strong rounds. I mean, some of the other rounds that didn't even go clear, I thought were very well ridden, and just wasn't their day. But
I agree. Carly McCutcheon and Aralyn Blue will go next, and for Carly, this is going to be the mare by Chaco Blue for Ann Thompson. You ride for Carly. She rode Coco Mercedes, that she's probably been best known through juniors. Previous gold medalist in there for now, the 19-year-old rider.
yes,
Been placed in the two-star Grand Prix this season as well.
showed that nicely. She got the horse back nicely after the big jump at the triple bar.
Mm-hmm.
She got the horse back nice for the verticals. He kind of gave a big jump at the water.
Good control so far.
Mhm.
A little bit steadier there at that
Yeah.
Oxer.
For sure.
Now again, keep the patience and rhythm to the last. They've got
Yes.
time to play with, so looking good. Carly McCutcheon and Aralyn Blue, 77.12 time-wise gives us the 10th clear. Again, really interesting to see that partnership coming through these U25s this season. And this is the start of this year. She started to put themselves through the 2 and 3 stars.
Yes. The horse has a lot of experience, and you can see that.
Always pays to get some mileage.
Yes, it does.
So Carly McCutcheon giving us clear round number 10. Now Hallie Grimes, leader of the championship so far. And as we've seen, some really good runs for Hallie, a 22-year-old from Houston, Texas. Pairing the been together for 2.5 years now with Caroline of Bullmore.
She's a little bit of pressure coming into this class, leading the way.
She likes a bit of pressure.
Yes.
Team silver medalist through the youth championships. Been placed in several big Grand Prix through their career so far already. Attends Boston University. And we know if they get through, no shortage of speed from these two.
Yes. She went out and got really straight to the triple. Read that nicely.
Easy enough. Up to pace so far.
Yes.
Easy across the water, but
Gave a big jump.
yeah, you see a big jump actually, just a little like, whoa, hang on.
Yes. Saw her get her back there for the verticals after that big jump.
Good chance for the series leader, just one from home for Hallie Grimes and Caroline of Bullmore.
Yes.
There we go. It is
Nice.
job done. They get a chance at the championship, and they're already in a very strong position already. 79.97. Hallie Grimes giving us the clear. What do you feel with that pair? They're in with a very good shot again.
Yes, I mean, the jump off is just, we have 11 now, and I think it's going to be a fast jump off, and you have a few that are in the top 5 for the ranking, so they're definitely going to be battling it out.
Looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out overall, but
Yes.
clear there, 11 of them now. 4 left to go in the first round. in this Denis Chambon of Mexico. Calypso de la Mente Z for Maya, 21-year-old from Mexico City. Team gold in the Youth Championships going back to 2019, past silver as well. The team silver last year. Grand Prix wins last year too, into two-star classes as well. Going in the latter part of the order here too. Yes. They were coming well out of yesterday's class.
It's a naturally fast horse. And
yeah. Oh.
I think she had a big jump there at the water. I was thinking to get the horse back and kind of showed up a little bit on the half stride. She almost bounced a little bit too much. She kind of, it's definitely a trick to that line, is not about 9 strides between there and the water. So it can be tricky to get them back without kind of overdoing it almost.
Put them on the floor with a little bit of time to add there as well for what was otherwise a good round for Maya Denis.
She finished up nicely there.
Yeah, 4-time, 84-94. But overall, it was a good round, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it was very good. I mean, I think if she would go back, she would obviously change that, and she'll learn for next time.
A look here at the water, as you say, just gets a big jump there by the time. It's a little bit earlier on.
Got a little bit into like a fight with the horse.
She was trying to get things set a little bit earlier after that water.
Yes.
Good early on through that line to the triple bar on the vertical. Ariana Marnell next to go. 1 of 3 left to go. This is Alison Firestone's Yikigara, Dutch bred mare by Denzel. Coming into our final 3.
These two have been a very strong pair.
What have you seen of them so far, and have you competed against them? I'm assuming you have.
I think I have, yes. I saw them at the Hamptons. I think that's when their partnership was just kind of starting.
Yeah.
And I've seen them throughout this season in the U25s, and they've been very strong and competitive. It's a naturally fast horse, so it helps in the first day in the welcomes.
Yeah, they were top 3 in the welcomes when they started off the season. They were top 3 in the Grand Prix, in that early Grand Prix that was won by Nina Malave.
She got a big jump there at the triple bar.
Just a little bit of a scramble though at the main bridge. Jumps the water well.
The horse kind of lost its form over that vertical a little bit.
Coming home on the 4 for Ariana Marnell and Yukikara, and so we'll put them on at 78.30. And 4 Fulters just getting into some of the money there. She'll go 16th overall, but still with Milan Morsinkov dropping into 12th place at the moment with VDL Quick Targo. 11 clears, and they're just where the error was coming into their round.
Yes. Kind of was turning a little bit to it.
Nicole Velasco and her own Daddy's Destiny, penultimate combination for the 21-year-old. And there by Comme il faut.
This is also another naturally fast horse.
And bodes well, but round 1 to complete yet, but a good partnership today. They've been top 6 individually at the Young Rider Championships before now. They were winners in a welcome earlier on, but also finished top 10 in the Grand Prix here through this season. And so we'll see how they fare today. Very much concentrated on this series the last 2 years, aimed at it. Was in last year's final as well.
can tell she knows this horse very well.
Yeah, long time partnership with
Mm-hmm.
this ride.
She did that very nicely. She
Yeah.
got him back and then gave him a second to jump the verticals. Without being in her face is good.
Coming over for Nicole Velasco. And we'll have no issue with time, like you say, fast speed
Yes.
combination, 73.75.
I think this is going to be one to watch in the jump off as well.
Well, they're going to be right down towards the end because they're last but one right now into that jump off with just one left to come.
That's also another advantage is coming on later in the jump off. You can kind of see the track and see maybe to do one last in certain places and see where you can be quick.
Get it all measured out. And so Nicole Velasco, penultimate combination there going clear, just leaves Daniel Kerins left to go. Daniel with the Gotham Enterprises, that's Georgina Bloomberg's Malou Blue PS. Been solid so far this season as well. They've been placed in the welcomes and just getting into the groove really as a pairing through this U25 season where it's been their first run together this year. Of course, it's had some good results with Georgina in the saddle previous to that. For the 18-year-old.
He balanced up nicely for that vertical. I think he just left a little bit of a gap to that oxer and back rail got a little bit further than he had liked.
So it will be a dozen through to the jump off of this BrainJuice U25 series final. Steps across the water okay. Good careful run through the BrainJuice doubler verticals.
It's been a pretty strong ride
Yeah.
and round.
I mean, other than the one error, as you say, it's been a good round. But again, he's, what, 18 years of age, so he's got a few years left in this yet.
Yes, I think he should be happy with that round. He rode well.
Riding it well, Daniel Kerins and Malou Blue PS at 76.77, just the one down for Daniel to complete the first round. 12 into the jump off of this $50,000 BrainJuice U25 series final, but they're just the MS back bar dropping off for Daniel Kerins. And here, seeing him at the water. Stepped over that well.
Yes, very nicely. Got him back nicely for the double verticals as well.
So fences going up as they adjust for the jump off and the rundown of what it'll look like for that jump off. It'll be Christian Hacker to go first with Cocaine de Riverland. Tony Stormans, Don Jean, it is Mia Bagnato and Ballier Skill Big Bucks. Taylor Corley and Classical de Kriska, Mimi Gotchman and Selena B.H. Neve McAvoy, BP Swifty. And Scott Holchers Jr., Kennedy Z, Tim Brennan and Dia Dama de la Caccia. Campbell Brown and Kiam Devray, Carly McCutcheon and Aralyn Blue, Hallie Grimes, Carolina Bullmore, so she goes right towards the end, this current series leader, and finally Nicole Velasco and Daddy's Destiny. But as you said, Bailey, I can see her at the end being very fast.
Yes, I think there's definitely a lot of strong partnerships in this jump off. A lot of fast horses to see, and I think everyone wants to win this class, and I think it's going to be a very good jump off. And 12 is a good number. Everyone gets a ribbon.
It is perfect.
Yes.
Looking forward to this. Getting set for the jump off of this $50,000 BrainJuice U25 series final. Will Hallie Grimes walk away with the title? It's looking ever closer. Tim Brennan is also in the mix there in second from our top few. Taylor Corley, currently in fifth in the championship as well, is in the shake-up there, as is Neve McAvoy, who's sixth in the championship as it stands. We're going to be back in a few moments' time as they set up the course for the jump-off.
I drink BrainJuice U25, packed with the brain power blend of essential vitamins and minerals my brain needs every day to get it done. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain. The cowboy hustle is physically demanding. No doubt you gotta be tough. But even more important is your mental fitness. Your brain has to be firing on all cylinders to perform. To be clear, to concentrate, and to focus. I'm a father, a cowboy, a businessman, and a musician, and so much more. I drink BrainJuice U25, packed with the brain power blend of essential vitamins and minerals my brain needs every day to get it done. Low in natural sugar, low in calories, low in carbohydrates, and low in sodium. It's a great natural and healthy alternative to energy drinks. BrainJuice. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain.
My first goal when I decided to be a professional is to become like the best horsewoman I can be. It's really important for me to find the balance with my family, with the horses, that is my passion. Work with the horses every day to do what I love. I used to have like one passion was the horses, and now I have my daughter. So I really want to have this balance in my life. I'm Marie Ecart, I'm a professional show jumper representing France, and I'm Lola's mom. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain.
Well, getting set for the jump off here. Those the clears that we see, 12 of them in total, as they'll go to decide the overall championship for this BrainJuice U25 final. Thanks to BrainJuice once again, the #1 natural daily brain supplement. Proud partners here at Wellington as well. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain, and head to their website, which is brainjuice.me as well. Those that were certainly switched on this afternoon are our top 12. Let's take a look at who is into the jump off and how it went for them all the way through. Christian Hacker gave us the first of the clears with Cocaine de Riverland around the course set by Oscar Soberon for the lineup here this afternoon. Bailey McKeever alongside me watching it. An exciting lineup of riders that we've got for this second round. overall course rode well. What are your thoughts for those early ones to go? We've got Christian Hacker and Tony Stormans going early on.
I think both of them are very strong riders, and I think they'll do just fine going early on, and I think they need to find a plan and kind of stick to it, what works best with their horse. But I think they'll have nice rounds.
That's right. I'm looking forward to this. First few, Christian Hacker, Tony Stormans, Mia Bagnato in the early run here. Taylor Corley will go fourth of the lineup with Classical de Priska. And then seeing experienced riders, Mimi Gotchman in the lineup here with Selena BH. She's going to have the confidence to go for this, isn't she?
Yes, she is. I think she's definitely won a lot of classes in her life, and she knows how to ride a jump off, and she knows this horse very well. And I think she's going to give it a good shot. And she'll get to watch a few, so she'll kind of know how it's riding.
Yeah. Good run from Mimi so far this season. Mimi to be followed by Niamh McAvoy of Ireland, and already Grand Prix winner this weekend for her. And so she comes in with plenty of confidence, and to be followed by Ansgar Hodges Jr. and Kennedy Zed, again another who's been racking up the mileage over the last 12 months into some of the bigger classes. Timmy Brennan in the frame with Diadem de la Cagia as one of the clears too. It's one from Elena Haas a little earlier on. And taking us through, Campbell Brown also in the clear list with Guillaume Divray. Will go ninth in the order of the clears. And seeing a few of those rounds from that first lineup. Carly McCutcheon and Aralyn Blue. Now they're a newer partnership, but you know, she's a rider you've competed against before now plenty of times. What's she like to go against?
She's definitely a strong competitor, and she's definitely can ride a jump off, and I think she'll give it a go. And although she hasn't been with this horse too long, it has a lot of experience, and she kind of has a lot of experience as well now. So I think they'll go for it for sure, and they kind of go in the middle of the group, so they'll get to watch a few as well.
So it is now all set up for the jump off. Final few, we'll see Hallie Grimes and Nicole Velasco for Mexico into the final run here of those going for this title. Now you've been in the frame for this. Last year it was a big battle for you.
Yes, yes, it was.
Take me back 12 months.
I can remember it quite well. It's only 30 in the class. I went early on in the class, and I was the first clear. And I kind of walked away from the ring to give myself a moment. And when I came back, it was only another clear, and it was Carly and I, and I definitely got nervous, and I went first out of us. And I remember McLean just really telling me to stick to my plan. Carly was on Coco Mercedes, and that's a naturally fast horse, so it's definitely, McLean told me not to go too fast and just kind of put the pressure on a little bit, and hopefully it works out, and it kind of did that day. My horse was great that day, and we put down a nice flowing round, and Carly went and had, I think, 2 down, and so it worked out.
Number 1 spot for you, thank you very much.
Yes.
So any advice for those into this final now, as you've the one that's been here and done this?
When there's more in the jump off, I think it's a little bit more difficult, obviously, to win, but I think it's about really finding a plan that works best for you and really sticking to it, and kind of not giving up and not taking a jump for granted. And I think you have to really think about your plan and how you want to do it, and then execute it, and not just kind of like go wishy-washy. You need to commit.
Go winging it.
Yes, you don't really want to go.
Those are the lineup of riders that we see into their final few there. Carly McCutcheon gets another shot here with this. Hallie Grimes going for the title here. Nicole Velasco, those final 3. They're going to be very quick, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to go early on, because you kind of know the fast ones are going to be following you. So it's kind of a line where you want to go fast and go for it, but you also don't want to go kind of overly fast or do something stupid and mess up your chance.
You've looked at the course here. Let's go through a little bit of that. It's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. So first part of what was the triple combination.
Yes.
Double going across the centre to 10A and B. New fence 15, which is the Lobster fence over towards the table bank on that side of the arena. And then 13 as well. So actually they've given you a bit more space to get to that final fence now.
Yes.
What did you
they
think
have.
walking that?
I think 2, 3, 4. They obviously have done the line 3 to 4. I think that's going to be the same 5 strides. You'd love to overshoot 2, so you could be kind of heading back to the next one already. You could kind of jump that carefully. I don't think you should really be in a rush to get over that vertical. It's quite careful. And nice 5. And they've already done that line, but they don't have the other 2 elements now, so they can kind of go a little bit more direct, but you want to also be heading back kind of towards the double verticals, and then you want to get over to the double verticals and you can't be in a rush to get through those. I mean, that's a big test through the course. It's that kind of right in the middle, so you don't want to be rolling through them. And then you head back over to the new fence, and I think it walked about 8, so you kind of want to jump that and then be heading back, and you put the final fence again as the vertical, and that also you don't want to rush. You got to give them a second to jump that. You can't be in a rush to get over that part either.
Because again, he's giving you that little bit more space, so very easy to get low and dart through that final fence.
Yes.
Did you walk some numbers on that, just to put some numbers to it, or not?
I think you could do 7. Okay, so 1 or 2 to 3. I didn't really walk, but I think it'll be a pretty short strides. And then 5 they've already done.
Yeah.
A lot of them did 9 or 10 in the first round to the triple.
And you're going to want to cut that more.
Yes,
which
you could
can,
definitely.
because it's not a triple combination
Yes,
anymore.
I think we'll probably see maybe 8. The 7 might be heading in the wrong direction, and then it walked about 8 to the double of verticals. You might see some add up, and then to that Oxer, it walked about 7 again, 7 or 8. I think you might see a couple do different.
Yeah.
Depending on their horse, but you don't want to be kind of jumping it towards the wall because you want to be coming back towards the last. And then I walked 8 there, again, or 7 there. It's 7 to the vertical, yes.
And again, it depends, as you say, what you're going to be sitting on here today. We've got some fast movers in there, as we know, going last. So they can be maybe going a stride more, but they're going to be upper gear and upper pace as well.
Yes.
So we're moments away from starting into the final of this $50,000 U25 series final. It's Hallie Grimes at the top of the table on 310.5 in terms of points. Tim Brennan in second at 298. Emily de Hoff in third. Both Tim and Hallie still in the frame here this afternoon. And will it be enough for Hallie to take home the title this time around? And who will be the winner of our final Grand Prix of this BrainJuice U25 series? Like I say, it's taken them across a whole series of venues here, because the great thing with Wellington is there are lots of opportunities for different rings here, not only for the international arena here, but over onto the grass, over into the stadium, which is more of an indoor type size arena. So you know, it's a good emulation for the likes of World Cup finals and different events like that. So there's been lots of variation there to get stuck into, and just a few moments away from our very first to go. But yes, could take a quick start though with Christian Hacker and Tony Stormans in our first couple. So we're just going to be heading down with our first down the tunnel. There's the final run of who it is. Yep, in we go with Christian Hacker the first to go, and the Guatemalan rider with the mare Cocaine de Riverland.
I've seen this pair jump off a couple times in other classes, and they definitely go for it. It's going to be a good first one to watch.
Yeah.
Has a big stride.
And again, being early on, it is to say very different to when you were in this situation last year with just 2 of you going head to head.
Yes.
You're in the realms of, well, there's the 11 after me. Just, you know, throw it down and see, throw it down, do my best and see what happens.
Clayton always likes to say you have to stick to your plan, and 80% of the time it'll work out, 20% of the time doesn't.
80% is not a bad run.
No.
17-year-old. Oh. And again, it's tricky sometimes because you're just keen to get to that first fence.
Yes, I think in the first round a lot rubbed it actually. I think it's kind of a plain jump and it's easy to take for granted.
Christian Hacker still giving a good run here. Just starts to get a little bit tighter into that BrainJuice double. Here's the extra fence. He just actually took a pull down to the last in the end. On the fall, 33.41 for Christian Hacker and Cocaine de Reveland. First fence going down for them. Bailey, what did you learn from that?
You definitely saw some of the strides, and I don't think he went as fast as he could have gone,
Yeah.
but I think he kind of took his leg off, like dialed it down a pace after the first jump.
And you saw from that first fence, just trying to get into that turn.
Yes. You'd love to overshoot it slightly more, so you're kind of swooping back, but you also got to give him a moment to jump it.
Tony Stormans and his parents, Donjon, a French-bred gelding by Vigo CC. Now for the 16-year-old, has already stepped up on the big stage here as we're in the National Grand Prix earlier on this season, but is already a children's champion, done well through a whole list here, and this is tight. Ooh, fraction 2 maybe.
Yes. He jumped the first jump very well, and how you'd love to jump it is coming from the rail.
Yeah. And again, just came to go for that. It just didn't show up for them.
Yes, I think.
Good try though.
Yes. He's definitely going for it, and it's kind of hard going early on.
Quiet run down to the last. Nicely done. Solid finish for Tony Stormans and Don Jean. Just finishing on 4 faults. 32.89. First 2.
Yeah, I think they both tried to go for it a little bit, and didn't work out a little bit as they had hoped. But
it just came off that was further away than he wanted to be at that point. But again, you're going to come there, and you would be right. So you're looking a little bit blind at where you've got to trust to where you're going to get to your slot, haven't you?
Yes.
So 2 gone, goes to our third, Mia Bagnato now for the Elan firm, and Ballier Skill Big Bucks. First 2 caught out by the first couple of fences. So take that on board. Gives a little bit more space there. Oh, no, not to be for her either.
Yeah. She kind of went in on the 8 and kind of showed up a little bit on the half stride, and I don't think the horse could have jumped it really.
Back to it, jumps it well. So a real shake-up in the first few to go into the jump-off.
I think it's hard knowing that all those are following you a little bit. Kind of hard to keep a cool mind at times, and
but
something
that's,
you learn.
And exactly as you say, that's where sort of McLean's given you that advice and says, this is where you have to stick to your plan.
Yes,
you see
you
that?
have to stay calm and composed throughout the course, especially like you'd always tell me, like through the double or verticals, I have to let the horse jump it. I can't be in a rush to get over those. I need to take a second there.
Mia Bagnato recovering, but unfortunately this stop here into the Oxa. What was the triple combination?
I think it was just a little bit far, and maybe slightly took her leg off a little bit.
And recovered. Jumped well through the double of verticals. So still door is wide open. Tony Stormer's the best score at the moment on the 4 faults at 32.89. Taylor Corley now. Taylor with the Stonehenge Stables Classical de Prix, the 16-year-old. Next up, in fact, 17 years of age these days. Taylor in that McClay final. And USCT finals as well. Brilliant year last year, and actually, of course, the equitation that comes up here again next week.
She did it nicely, because she kind of gave herself a second to that ox, so she was coming back.
One from home to give us the first double clear. Taylor Corley and Classical de Kriska. Home, and it's 34.02 to lead the way so far for Taylor.
I don't think it was the fastest round, but I think it was a very good solid round. I mean, we haven't seen any clear yet in the jump off, so it's definitely a strong round.
And as you said, it's always hard to say I need to give myself a little bit of a setback, a little bit of a hold here, whereas you want to just keep attacking it.
Yes. It's a very good round.
Good round there for Taylor Corley to lead the way so far.
I think this one will be fast.
This might be a different shape on this with Mimi Gotchman. And Mimi with the Gotchman Sport Horses, Selena BH. We say just a little bit more.
She's really coming from the rail and setting this up nicely.
Yeah.
She can be quick around to this vertical, very tight.
Moves up well. Oh.
Ah.
And again, she was just trying to take that really tight in there, and it just didn't quite show up.
Yes, she kind of got there nicely in the 7, and then almost turned a little bit, kind of before she jumped it. Just seeing the front pole.
Final fence as well gives them a total of 8 and 31.90, and not quite the big round we were hoping for there for Mimi Gotchman, but gave it a very good effort early on, and it just caught up with them. 31.90 time was excellent.
Yes.
But Mimi Gotchman and Selena BH just trying to come really on a tight shot in there, and it just they ran out of space, didn't
yes, they did.
So Mimi Gotchman, 5th of the lineup so far, so still door is open. Taylor Corley leading the way on 34.02. Neve McAvoy now. And running for Greg Broderick. BP Swifty. Irish bred mare by Amoretto Darko.
I think as it's going through the jump off and there hasn't been many double clears, it's kind of, you want to just kind of have a nice round, I think.
Yeah. Get those clears logged.
That was very quick.
She sensibly gave it a little bit more space there.
Yes, doing another stride than Mimi.
And then caught up with them at the verticals.
Yes. It's kind of the moment where you have to jump B before you move up to the next oxer.
Just going to leave them on the 4. Time's going to be good at 31.52. It was faster than Taylor Corley, but 1 fence down for Neve McAvoy and BP Swifty. Bailey, what's your takeaways so far from this?
I mean, there's still enough to come, but I think it's kind of the pressure kind of is almost getting to them a little bit. They're trying to be a little bit very fast. And
if you were down at the in-gate back 12 months ago, what do you think McLean would be saying to you right now?
I think he would try and get me to stick to the plan. He'd give me a definite plan and tell me to stick to it the best I could. And
what do you feel your plan would be for this jump off?
If I was on my main horse,
yeah,
I know she goes a little bit left, so definitely giving her a moment at that oxer down there, kind of giving her, she'll be creeping in left, so I'd get there easy. I need to give her a second at the front pole, and then the double of verticals, it's off the left again, so I need to get her off the left. And then she's very good at doing leave outs, and she's very game. I just need to very commit to the leave outs.
So where would you try and just sneak your advantage here?
I think to the new jump 15, and I'd try and be very tight, 2 to 3. I'd try and come from the rail a little bit and line it up and do very little strides here.
Let's go.
And put a little bit of bend in this 5 so I can keep riding up.
And Kennedy Z again gives themselves space here, and they get across and get nicely back into the left turn. You say you can't hurry these verticals too much.
He did that very nicely.
Yeah.
Giving the horse a second. And then moving up there to that oxer was very well done.
Now he's charging, now he's going for the finish, and time will be easily good enough, 32 seconds. Ansgar Holchers Jr. and Kennedy said take the lead. What do you think?
I think that was a very well-ridden round. I mean, he did kind of all the parts well. He did the first part, he was very tight, 2 to 3, or 1 to 2, and then did the 5 nicely and got over to the purple, and then really set the horse up here at the double of vertical, as you could see, and gave him a moment to jump them before he moved up to the next oxer and moved up to the last vertical, but still giving the horse a second to jump it and not be in a hurry to get over it.
And you can see this is where you can start to really get the shoulders going.
Yes, after the double of verticals, he really committed to the leave out and kind of rode well.
So that's Golchers Jr. leading the way so far. Timmy Brennan chasing for the title as well, currently second in the championship with the ride of Diadema de la Caixa now.
Ansky just kind of put the pressure on now, so.
Yeah, he has. He is 2 seconds quicker than that of Taylor Corley.
Yes.
It was just a sensible round, but a touch more conservative.
I think now they're going to start to pick up more
Yeah.
too. Put a nice angle on that one. Vertical was a little bit far, but he really committed to it. Caught that at Oxer nice as he was heading back.
We can hear him say, whoa.
It was fast over to the double verticals and kind of set the horse up in like one stride. He might have been slightly faster there than...
Timmy Brennan giving absolutely everything to the last. Is going to be enough.
Wow.
30 seconds on the dot for Tim Brennan and Diadema
That's
de la
very fast,
Caixa.
yes.
Try and catch me, I
Yes.
think is the expression at the end of that one.
Yes, I think he had a little bit of a naturally quicker horse than Ansky did, and he was able to do the adjustments kind of to the double verticals. Like here, almost one stride before, where Ansky kind of set it up a couple strides back.
Final line as well, coming
Yes.
down there like
Yeah.
they're
You can
racing
tell he
at
really
Cheltenham
wanted
in
it.
jump racing and
Yeah.
more than anything else. But mission accomplished, and so into the lead for Tim Brennan at 30 seconds exactly, takes exactly 2 seconds off Ansgar Holchers Jr. and Kennedy Zed, and now to Campbell Brown and Guillaume Divray. That's going to be quite a lot to beat, but
Yes.
4 of them to have a go at it.
Yes, that was definitely a fast round.
Where would you, if you were then coming in now, where would you try and squeeze this?
It's quite difficult. I think that was a very fast round, and it'd be hard to beat. I'm trying to think.
Keep looking.
Maybe to the last jump. He was very fast, but maybe if he kind of went more direct.
Just squeeze that line down a little bit.
It was very fast, but he went slightly bit wide. It's definitely going to be hard to beat.
Campbell Brown still with a good round as well.
Yes.
Chance here to be finishing top 3 and going to be not far away from that of our current leader. 31.74 Campbell Brown, and Guillaume Divray going to second place now, and behind that of Timmy Brennan it's Ansgar Holchers Jr. in third. 31.74 from Campbell. That was a pretty impressive round
Yeah,
too.
that was a very strong round. I've seen this pair a lot in like the high juniors, so it's nice to see them stepping up so well. It's a very strong round.
Takes a really good run for Campbell Brown to take a run at Tim Brennan's current leading time. Still leaves Carly McCutcheon, Hallie Grimes, the series leader, and Nicole Velasco as the last to go.
Definitely some fast ones still to come.
Carly looking for a little retribution. And last year finishing in the top group 2. This time Anne Thompson's Arrow in blue. Newer partnership though for this 19-year-old.
Yes.
Good experienced horse has jumped right the way through to 5-star level. So, but you know they've been really building the mileage over these months. So it'd be interesting to see what they do here.
Yes. A little bit different horse type than the one that's leading right now. It has a much bigger stride, I think. It's a much bigger horse in general, so you definitely want to do the leave outs on this one.
So Carly McCutcheon, after finishing close last year, tight turn early on.
Yes, that's well ridden.
Sensibly gives some space, but she's able to get across that to the left then.
Could almost leave a little bit of angle on these double verticals just to kind of add a little bit, tiny bit more room if you would like.
Carly McCutcheon getting a go from the sidelines, and they've got a chance here.
Yeah, they do.
Very good chance to reach the line. 31-32, still going to be a good round for them. Carly McCutcheon and Arrowlyn Blue.
Yes.
Second spot. Second spot again.
Yes, it was a very good round.
Yeah, really solid round. They've built a really nice partnership now already.
Yes, they have. You can tell they like really trust each other. Nice to see.
Carly McCutcheon into second. Leading then is Timmy Brennan and Diadema de la Casia. Hallie Grimes, the series leader now to go, and then it's just one remains. Good battle now between Tim, who leads, who's second in the championship as well at the moment.
Yes.
Hallie Grimes, who leads the championship. Who will be finishing on top?
I think she's going to definitely go for it. I mean,
I don't doubt that one.
yes, this is a fast horse as well.
How can the young Texan lift the trophy this year?
Maybe slightly slower there.
I feel they're one that will probably really go after this
Yes,
boxer.
I agree. Very tight everywhere.
Looking good.
Yes, very smooth.
We'll see whether it's fast enough. Not sure it is.
No.
It's going to be some space there to the last, so time's going to be 33.59. Hallie Grimes banking more points, but we'll go top 5. What did we think?
It kind of almost looked like she tried to play it safe a little bit. She definitely was forward, but I think she could have gone faster.
But nice tidy round.
Yes.
Nice tidy round from Hallie Grimes. Goes into our top 5, banking her final points there. Tim Brennan leading with Diadema de la Casia, and one left to go. So Tim's going to finish in second, whatever happens.
Yes.
And Nicole Velasco of Mexico last with Daddy's Destiny. Now, we both talked about this one. They can be very fast.
Yes, they can.
Let's see how this will play out for our final rider.
Has a naturally very fast canter. Not so much of a bigger stride, but
Yeah.
kind of go in the 5 then. In the double or verticals, you don't really need.
Ah. Just a little hesitant through the first, and that catches up with him. So it's going to be a win for Tim Brennan.
Yeah, that was a fast jump up.
Tim going to be top of the Grand Prix, 31.78. Finishing on the 8th there for Nicole Velasco and Daddy's Destiny as our final combination of this $50,000 BrainJuice U25 Series final. Bailey, win for Tim Brennan. What did you think?
I thought he kind of left it all on the jump off, and it was very well ridden and is very fast, and he rode it quite well. It's definitely going to be hard to catch. And
overall, very successful Timmy
Yes.
Brennan. Second spot there for Carly McCutcheon. For her, that's going to be a little bit of elation, but also finishing second for the second year in a row.
yes, I think it was a different horse this year, and I think their partnership's new. I think she'll be very happy with that. She rode very well in that jump off as well.
And top 3 for Campbell Brown. There's the final lineup there. Top 3 for Campbell Brown. And they finish in third with Guillaume Devray. 4th spot for Ansgar Holches Jr. and Kennedy Z. Top 5 for Hallie Grimes and Carolina Bullmore. And 6th place for Taylor Corley, Classical de Crisca. 7th place for Neve McAvoy and BP Swifty and Tony Stormans. It is final 8th place, Don Jean. And that completes the series for this year. We're going to take a look at the winning rounds again here, Bailey. Let's take a look at Tim Brennan and his success. Fast finish, but talk me through this one.
You can see here he kind of really came from the rail and lined up 1 to 2, and he really believed in it. It was a little far, and he trusted this horse and kind of gave it a good ride, committed to it. And they're very fast here, and kind of went a little bit out and was heading back to the verticals and set it up in like one stride. He got the balance right back, and then was very fast here. And you can see him here. He went kind of all or nothing to
it
the
was
last.
all or
Yeah.
nothing, as I say. It was more of a national hunt racing finish.
For sure.
And certainly did it well.
He
Tim
left
Brennan.
it all out there, yeah.
Yeah, nothing he was leaving behind there.
No.
Timmy Brennan wins here for the $50,000 BrainJuice U25 Series Grand Prix. He's headed out here this season for some great experience with John Roche, and he's certainly done that. He's been pretty formidable. He won the semi-final
And the final.
and the final. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yes, and he finished in the top too, for sure.
Yeah, just getting a confirmation of the final series points with Timmy Brennan there. Potentially, will he have got past Hallie Grimes? Emily de Hoff was in the top 3 there as well. Bailey, we're going to head into the jump off. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What's ahead for you?
I have a 2-star next week at Ocala that I'm looking forward to, and then the summer.
And you're at Auburn at the moment.
I'm at Auburn, and we have nationals and SECs coming up there, which is always fun. It's nice to do it with a team.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Yes, very different, and it's enjoyable. Kind of, it's a different take on the sport. So.
Excellent. Well, very well done. Good luck with that. We're going to get ready for the presentation, which is just a few moments away.
We'll be underway with that presentation very, very shortly. We're delighted to welcome Lisa Ellis, Chief Executive Officer and Chief Marketing Officer of BrainJuice, who will remain for the presentation. So we'll present to our top 3 for the BrainJuice U25 Series Final Grand Prix, and then we'll present to the top 3 riders for the entire series.
Well, getting set for the final presentations, and yes, just confirm it's going to be the top 3 in our class, then the presentation to the top 3 in the overall championship. Top 3 from our class here, with Campbell Brown finishing into 3rd, with Guillaume Devray. And welcoming forward Lisa Ellis, Chief Executive Officer and Chief Marketing Officer of BrainJuice, to present to our top 3. Good solid double clear to finish into 3rd place for Campbell Brown. And walking forward in 2nd place is Carly McCutcheon, and Aralyn Blue finishing into 2nd. And so Carly McCutcheon finishing into 2nd, as she was last year, showing very good consistency. And the winner, after winning both the semi-final and the final, is Tim Brennan of Ireland and Diadema de la Caixa. Terrifically brave finish from him for Tim on this super mare, and we'll finish up there in our top few in the championship, which we'll reveal in just a second. And so the national anthem coming up of our winning rider. Congratulations to Timmy Brennan, and it would of course be the national anthem of Ireland. And very well done, as I say, doubled up success. And so Tim Brennan claiming the semi-final and the final Grand Prix of this BrainJuice U25 series. And on the lap of honour for Timmy Brennan this week. Congratulations to him on a good run. Super result for him, and for the young Irishman, will be a part of our top 3 for the overall championship as well. And set to present to our top 3 in the overall championship. And driving away with the new scooter down there too. And so Emily de Hoff taking the 3rd spot. Very well done to her. Tim Brennan finishing into 2nd place. And Hallie Grimes winning the overall total, as we heard there. A whole host of goodies also due to Corporation. The flight to Europe as well. List of goodies there for a winner of the under-25s to Hallie Grimes, who will lift that title for 2025. And so wraps up our BrainJuice U25 series for 2025. Well done to our top 3, to Emily de Hoff, to Tim Brennan, and to Hallie Grimes, who this year will lift the title.
Coming off the win in the series final. Here takes it second on a total of 358 points. 360 and a half the total for your winner. Texas, the USA's Hallie Grimes, the best in the field for this year's BrainJuice U25 Grand Prix Series. 10 minutes then to the Parade of Champions for Horseware Island week number 10. 10 minutes to that Parade of Champions. during the course of Horseware Week number 10. Let's start with number 1469. It's Donovan, that's the name of the pony, and it is from the short stirrup, 1469. So many congratulations to our short stirrup champion as well. So next one, owned and ridden by Mr. and Mrs. Gavin Moylan. This is Love You Too from the Walk Trot divisions, and it's Sybil Moylan who is the division reserve champion. So congratulations to the World Trot champion. That's Love You Too, Mr. and Mrs. Gavin Moylan, and Sybil Moylan was the rider on the reserve champion for the Walk Trot division. Next one of our Crossrail Hunter younger division in 3528, again owned by Mr. and Mrs. Gavin Moylan, but Evelyn Moylan was in the irons on Rosen Hoff Julie from the Crossrail Hunter, joint champion of the Crossrail Hunter younger.